Hello and welcome to another tournament match. We're here on Tombstones. First map of every set. We've got the Centurions versus Sine, Ambiguitate, Victoria. Team 1, Internet Explorer, Lobster, Herman, and Captain Cupcake versus Team 2, PJs for short, Calmia, Kepper, and Blue Bye. Ready? Dominating this, Team 2 OSP, 3K per player, 4 players per team. 5 points on this map, 1,000 point score. Total. Win the game. Looks like Team 1 might have watched the last tournament video and realized what the strat was on Tombstones for ANS, or at least what was effective for HKP Mafia B last time, and they are stacking up on the lower right-hand side of Alpha. You also lower middle. And just the teensiest sprinkling of guys up top. It's like, this player doing the opposite thing. Looks like OSP is doing something very similar. They've got some ships around the upper right side, some ships around the top for presumably maybe a little sensor coverage, maybe a little mass driver fire. Bulk of their forces, lower middle of the map. Now with the ANS. Let's see what's happening. Do you want a VLS3 on the Sprinter? Yeah. Good build, good build. Oh, now we do the drop down. Well, whatever. I've screwed it all up. Womp womp, everything's ruined. Holy shit, Herman is bringing a fucking 4K or 3K VV. Alright, let's see what's going on. You might notice the names on your screen don't quite match up with the names on the roster. That's because there've had to be some substitutions. Scheduling this tournament has been quite hell, which is why the next tournament's going to be dramatically different. Okay, Captain Cupcake has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sprinters with torpedoes and 120 cannons, Mark CC1s on the nose, and defenders on the flanks. The wingtips, I should say. Herman has a 450 battleship with an S2, lots of soft kill, a little bit of point defense. And the S2s are for killing multi-mission tugs and also holding killjoys, which are missiles that will soft kill ARED missiles.
The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
A little tricky to
the enemy is
unless you
securing
see
zone
it on the
Eclipse.
screen, which we will presumably see at some point during all this. It's going to depend a little bit on what OSP is bringing. It doesn't look like they've got any dedicated missile builds. There's a number of ships they have, but we'll see that in a second. Internet Explorer has 1 gun voxel with some soft kill on the back. 1 jam sprinter. 1 Nicky Boy for capping with a little bit of anti-missile tools in his VLS-1. And 2 beams covered in defenders.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Lobsters bring in their usual build. Double voxel, guns, S3H on the back. Oh, torpedoes on the back. Ooh, right. Command torpedoes is what Lobsters switched to. Medium range. And then 2 support E-War sprinters. 1 with double jam and a bullseye, 1 with double jam and a floodlight. Calmia. 2 bulk predators, 1 plasma 100. 2 plasma 100. That's a lot of death that's gonna get vomited out of this thing. And 2 nearly naked shuttles for capping purposes. They seem to be armed with AMMs and 1 offensive enabler missile. Bot has mission tugs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. The 5th one has a bloodhound on the nose instead of a... Interesting. Instead of a C-30. It's still got all its other tools at its disposal. Huh, I wonder how that works out for him. Good luck. 1 mass driver, bulk freighter. Kepper has an Ocello with Auroras. Some soft kill on the back. 450s. S2s that follow me is presumably similar to SSJ missiles. They just fly around and lure other missiles. Also has rocket shuttles. Nice. With no missile defenses on them. Very brave. I'm feeling the Corco Lord up there is going to really get some work done. ANS already firing some missiles at one of the shuttles that has Think any anti-missile systems? Ah, no, this does have a few AIMs on it. Let's see that in a second. J for short. Also, ooh, those AIMs though, struggling to get lands. Blonk, blonk. That's a dead shuttle. BJ's for short. 250 Acello. Alright, interesting. Sarissa's, Bullseye, Aurora's, Floodlight. A very determined support ship. One 450 bulk freighter for a damage. He's going out on Alpha. And an Explorer struggling to get lands. One gun shuttle, and then two naked shuttles for capping, one of which is getting ignored by the beams. Now, you might be noticing something kind of weird compared this video to the recent videos. This tournament is on main ranch right now, and the beams functioning well has been on test branch games. These do function well enough, though, two of them together. Maybe that's why they're both together. Kills one of the shuttles on Alpha. We're going to get on the next one, and they're going to make it. There they go. Yep, those are the two naked cappers downed. Gonna need a couple H2s as well. A little bit of a waste there, but that's okay. You need to divide that Alpha cap. Captain Cupcakes making his way onto the points. Ooh, someone brought some extremely long-range AMMs. What the hell? So there's some mass driver fire being thrown down the field? Ah. To one of the capping sprinters. Scouting sprinters, really.
The enemy is
Heading up
securing
for
Zone
Delta.
Atlas.
It's gonna get mass driven, it's gonna get graped, and that's gonna kill it. You know, with only one team, Grape's probably gonna proc a reactor grid and get it killed. Now it's ANS's turn to go for the Alpha Cap here on Tombstones. Eating some grape, eating some 450, probably gonna be eating some 250 as well. Yeah, they're both here. Here's the grape. And a little bit of HE. Oh my god. Yeah, there's 5 crits in that reactor. So that's going nuclear. And there's basically nothing that anyone can do about it. Especially if shells keep hitting the thing. Yeah, that's 3 down. I think ANS is going to manage to get the cap off, though. Not quite enough volume of fire here out of the OSP. They aren't completely sieged up.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
There's the point. It's gonna put the onus on the OSP to get something done. Getting S2s coming out, getting Aurora. Oh yeah. Micro reactors also critting. It's dead. Gonna make a lovely explosion here in a couple minutes. Whenever that happens. It's got another sprinter up here. Looks like Captain Cupcake's gonna try to sneak it down below the Alpha point to threaten any shuttle that might come here to recap, but he's probably just gonna lose it before he can get down there. Yeah, I think he's just gonna lose it before he can get down there. What else is ANS doing? They're not quite on the offensive, but this is a very aggressive spot to be. Let's cover Alpha. OSP is kind of scattered around their own spawn. Why are these shuttles parked here? I mean, presumably it's to defend the Delta Cap, but you gotta be pushing, you gotta be on the move, you gotta be fighting. These kinds of competitive matches. And these other 3 on Echo, 2 on Delta. Just camped out, ready to blow someone up, but ANS doesn't have to go up there at all. We kept the middle point. There's the Horn of Imi. Horn of Imi. It's a silly name. More S2H's coming out. I think these are gonna get Aurora though, too. I think it's a Sarissa. Yeah, they don't even need to fire the AMMs. These 2 cells right next to each other are gonna prevent any low volume hybrids from doing much. They just don't have the HP to tank those Auroras for long. Especially with the Sarissas providing some support. Internet Explorer going on the offensive. On the lower side. Manages to catch out the 100 Plasma Vilker facing not quite the wrong way. He's going to dump some 250 HE into the side of it. But, oh man, the zip is going to get absolutely annihilated for its trouble. This 250 is going to add up if it's allowed to shoot for a while. These turrets are getting into place, and the bulk predator's getting into place, or maybe not. It's turning. It's turning. Where is it? Why is it turning? Where is it going? You lose track. Yup. Who is this? Company's lost track on Internet Explorer thanks to the jam rig. Very nice. Good work there. OSP would really benefit from having an offset. One of these shuttles, any of these shuttles out here parked, able to spot those. Company's not going to be able to fight that. Jamming. Painful Internet Explorer can just drop the jamming and then back away. It's go time. Looks like offset was coming down here to keep an eye on things, but it's going to die immediately to a handful of RPF because it doesn't have any insides. This game might already be decided. The OSP needs to grab that point very early on.
We do have Blue Bot pushing B with an MMT.
Yes, we do, and ANS has absolutely nothing up here to cover it.
We've got these sprinters which are moving down at the exact wrong time.
Yeah. Cupcake's gonna have to burn for another minute to get back up here. There's enough time for this to cap the point and start running away.
Securing Zone Atlas.
And see if these respond.
The enemy is securing Zone Boxer.
Oh, they gotta respond now. Okay, the sprinters for Bravo are responding. Like the sprinters on Alpha are... Oh man, BJ's for short managing to stay just at the edge of the capture bubble. Well, there goes Herman. Bad internet. It's making him not a great substitute. You got a ship. It's Lobster. Now this is gonna be interesting. Lobster isn't exactly a battleship player. OSP back in it, and they lost their play for Alpha. Has to back off a very wounded ship, but they are going to be able to get Bravo behind this. Yeah.
We've got this other MMT engaging the sprinters heading up there.
Yeah.
That'll delay him.
Those are moving kind of slow. I think they're in Rel. I think these are in Rel. Those are moving really slow. So pushed up a little too tight against this rock might be part of the problem. Take a while for those to get up there and get anything done. OSP only 50 points down. They do now have a gap lead. ANS doing what they can to carve off little bits and pieces of the OSP fleet. There goes another shuttle. Also eating a little bit of fire for its trouble. Not in big trouble. 6 Cranes of Gravel, Mountains of Rod. What an incredible name. Is backing off of Bravo.
We've got a B mount on Gamma FMC.
Boost-2 reactor immediately critting. Ooh, man, think of all the damage. There we go. Team struggling to get to target. Still did a pretty solid amount of damage. Knocked out 2 T-30s, 3 T-30s, and 1 T-81. Gonna reinforced DC locker. Also put that reactor and put it to red, which means it's going to be very easy to take down and extremely easy to crit in the future. Bodell going for Brava, but it's being overwatched by 2 MMTs. Actually, 6 grains of gravel mountains abroad is like being away from the point real hard. And 2 sprouts, 12 brackets doesn't have a good eye on the point. Let's see. This Bluebot is able to maintain the Bravo cap. Match driver could switch to firing up there though. Would be real strong.
And Cupcake doesn't have any AMMs on these
securing zone
Corvettes, so they're just gonna die.
Honk. Yeah, so that's why we put those missiles on the MMTs, because they just beat defenders. This thing's ruined. It can technically recover, but it's gonna take too long. It's gonna be eating 100 mil the whole time. We've got... What is this Cell doing? I have no idea. Pokemon, Deoxys, Kepper. There's no originality in his name. And, I don't know what he's doing with this. I don't know what the plan is here. Just kind of flying. Not really covering any points. Not really backing anybody up.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Also has his ass towards the enemy, which is usually less than ideal. Innis retakes Alpha, or Bravo rather. They're 20 points ahead. SP making another play for Alpha, but I think this is going to work about as well as it did the first time. But this time, this shuttle doesn't have quite as much health to lose. So it's going to eat the RPF, get disabled faster. And OSP is going to be down another shuttle. Sorry for all the yawning. I've had a kind of a busy and wild day today. And we're gonna get more yawning during the tournament game tomorrow. Yeah, S2H is coming in and all the RPF. They don't even need the S2Hs really. Yeah, dies before we get there. Hybrid fire has been a little too
The enemy is
aggressive.
securing zone
Who's been
boxer.
watching this Hybrids, the Copperheads? It's been Herman. Oh, and now Lobster. Been both players have been a little over committee with that.
And now Cupcake is pushing his Corvette up, even though that shuttle's already dead, so it might get caught out by these obelisks and die.
He also had a beam on an Acela for just a couple seconds, and now on a line fritter. Not lasting for long though. There we go. Right into the nose.
The enemy is securing zone common.
2 reinforced DCs and an auxiliary steering doesn't matter. Torn to shreds. Turrets going down. Beam already into the middle section of the ship. Sounds all the guns. Onto the reactors and the engine. Oh yeah, this thing's just
The enemy
fucking
secured
ruined.
zone boxer.
Another beam out on
Restored
454.
guns and nothing else.
In big trouble.
The enemy is securing zone
Bravo
boxer.
looks like is being held on to by. There goes the smoke of Adele. Smoke of Adele. And just hold Bravo. OSP also gonna get a cap off on Charlie, which is gonna very quickly throw them back in the cap lead, even though they are losing horribly militarily. This bulk freighter is just at the edge of the
enemy
beam's
secured
range,
zone
but still
common.
taking a lot of damage. None of its guns are down yet. Yacello, oh yeah, with losing all the guns. And I think one of the only restore this thing has is gonna go off on one of the guns before it finishes restoring its large lockers. So it's not gonna be able to zombie. Oh, that's a pretty severe misplay. Yep. So it was restoring 3 large lockers and the gun, but the gun got restored first, and now that's 12 restores that it's not going to get to make use of. I think my math on that is wrong. 2 restores for long term. I don't know why I was thinking before. Still, though, it's a lot of restores. Just whoosh, gone. Damn shame. Happens sometimes, though. You know, you're all your stuff in the middle of combat. Something to get repaired that needs to get repaired at some point, but doesn't need to be repaired right now. Achidania gonna try to come up here and capture Bravo. Not gonna be able to. Has 2 MMTs overwatching it. It's just gonna eat shit to the missiles, as we can see from all these blast points in the middle, and be finished off by the 100 mils. All ANS really has control over at this point is Alpha, and that's because of this big ball of death right in the middle of the map. Torps get launched against the MMTs, but struggling to get lands. There's 2 right at midships. It's about to be a 3rd. Maybe. No, it's just missing. Gotta have more agility on these cheap. Bonk. There's the 3rd. Cuts out the front end of the tug, but it's still gotta drive a reactor and a CIC. Sometimes that's all you need.
It dropped about 8 chaff there, looks like. 6 maybe.
Yeah. I mean, these ships spent most of their torpedo load on that. And 3, 0. So that's 9 torpedoes spent to temporarily disable 1 tug. Fights still going on lower. Internet Explorer, whoa, eating a ton of damage. Plasma 100 combo. Look at that purple
The
goo.
enemy secured Zone Comet.
Take a screenshot of that. Oh, that's good. Beams trying to get into position. If they can get into the right spot and get the beams out, even at this long range, should start tearing apart these bulkers before too long. Ooh, bulker backs off just outside of the beam range. Only doing a masterful job staying just out of range. Oh my god. Moving up, engaging the sprinters. Come around here to back cap Echo. It's just gonna get him killed. There's too much here. Gonna get shelled with 100 mil. Like a lot, and they're also getting rockets shot at kind of long range. They can actually dodge the rockets if they react fast enough, but ooh, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I think these are flying in rel.
It looks like it to me.
They're way too stodgy with how they're moving. Yeah, all these rockets are fired way too far range. Zip gets down, but the Plasma 100 combination.
You see what happened to Gamma Fancy there? Because it is dead, and I don't know why.
What's dead and you don't know why?
Gamma Fancy, it just went all red.
Oh my, what the fuck?
Maybe a beam?
Looks like it ate a bunch of missiles?
That would do it, yeah.
Yeah, based on the blast points and the damage, and oh yeah, this thing got missiled. No question, and that's what that whelp was for. Did not see that strike come out. I wonder what got it. I wonder if the Sprinters managed to get some torpedoes off. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Was that the Sprinters got some torpedoes off and then left, and it completely ruined this. Maybe it's 2 H's. No, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. Last points
I
alone.
think you're right about the torpedoes, because the S2Hs are direct, I think, and they don't have a line of fire.
Yeah, you're probably right. Only torps coming out. Going for the Ocello. I don't think that's gonna work. And Source is gonna take one down, and if you be short that Aurora, it'll take the other one down. Oh, nope, too late. Very little damage done though, with how beat up this thing already is. Yeah, landed in a section that's already basically dead. What is that? Oh, it's the dry flare. And that's really needs to get something done. They lost their lead. They're now 100 points behind and down the cap point. Lobster's headed for Bravo.
Sending...
And I think they're going to be able to take it because one voxel definitely beats one multi-mission plug. Government's going for... It's going to land? Yeah, it sure will. Going for the shuttle. Really nice to see the fix on terminals working there. Still losing his MNTs, but he might be able to get a cap off on Charlie before losing 2 Sprouts 12 brackets. Jim of Salian and the Will of Helsa is headed down there. Kill it. Officer should definitely be able to get this problem point, right?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Mulan hasn't done a very good job with using this mass driver. Could definitely dump a lot of fire into that voxel, but that's not gonna happen.
The enemy is securing Zone Comet.
The LRT might be angling up there. More than 100 mil getting dumped into poor innocent sprinter. Absolutely mollywopped.
The enemy
It's not
is
dead,
securing
but
Zone Boxer.
oh boy, that thing's not feeling good. Let's be Gavin Charlie. I think they're gonna get it.
The enemy
There's a
is
rocket
securing
shuttle in
Zone
ambush
Dagger.
here. On D.
Yeah, the last couple times these have been fired from way too far away, although this range is perfect. This is actually perfect range. Let's see it. Triad of Belia. Can you survive a close range rocket strike? Will the rocket strikes be fired? There's no fire order.
The enemy secured Zone Comet.
Oh no. Oh, you're gonna get too close and they're not gonna work now. Yeah. Rocket shuttle is now
We are
too close and
contesting
it's not
Zone
gonna work.
Dagger.
Is however gonna dodge torpedoes.
The enemy is
Ooh, not that
securing
one.
Zone Dagger.
Yeah,
The
and
enemy
the other
secured
two.
Zone Boxer.
Yeah, and the rockets get knocked out before the player decides to fire. Very easily could have had a chance at least of killing the Triad of Belia, but that's not going to happen. Speaking of rocket shuttles killing things, Shim of Salian just ate a ton of rockets to the face. It's going to kill that off and secure Charlie for the OSP. They're up 150 points, 140 points, excuse me, 134 points currently. But they're down a cap. And most of their forces are concentrated back behind Echo. Just parked over here. They're just hanging. Having a nice little tea party in their tactical clump. Ambiguitate is about to get destroyed on Delta, and the Solosis will be able to recap it for OSP. Stays still technically alive. It's got a reactor. It's got a what is this? Reinforced drive and reinforced CIC. Able to stay alive for quite some time in the face of 0 incoming damage. Bonk. Some D hits. That'll finish this thing off real quick. And there goes the Belia. Speak can start recapping Delta. Ooh, Solosis not quite on the point. It should have command and control capability. Yeah, this thing can move here in just a second. Alright, it's starting its movement. He's got a pretty secure hold on Charlie.
The enemy is securing Zone
And
Dagger.
the bulk of the ANS forces are still concentrated around Alpha, and there's just not that much for you over here anymore, guys. Unless you're getting in a gunfight with one of the missile ships. Yeah, these two ships here, I mean, they do need to hold the middle point. To be fair.
We have the Deoxys here going broadside to the Corcalord, which is going to end very poorly for it.
Oh no. Yeah. Eating 450 HE or AP actually directly into the engine block. Gonna get it killed
Yeah, it
real
was
fast.
angled correctly, but it doesn't have a heading order, so as soon as it tried to move away, it started turning.
Yeah, I don't think this player knows about heading orders.
The enemy secured zone Dagger.
Bunch of decoy torps from Lobster getting rockaded.
Solo just absolutely dissolving is what I'm still keeping an eye on. Ooh. Those are some good strike points too, midships and in the reactor block. Oh yeah, that's all the important stuff just gone. This thing's gonna be stuck here for a long time. Eating, what was that, 450 fire looked like, and then also mass drivers. 100 mil, there we go. Corker load eating 100 mil plasma on the nose. Plasma doesn't have a good amount of track to land though, and the 100 mil is doing literally nothing, obviously. Because it just can't against the battleship. Oh, there it goes. Plasma getting some strikes in now. Track on this still isn't that great, but this will add up. This is... armor rip can't be repaired. This thing really needs to be moving while it's sitting up here firing, but as we said earlier, Lobster, not much of a battleship player. Which is understandable. Battleships are for fucking nerds. And I don't mean that in a good way. It's firing missiles! Alright, I want to see this 100 mil bulk critter explode.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Just watch the strike. ANS has managed to capture Charlie in the meantime. Oh, I think this strike's gonna slam into this rock. That's definitely a track fire mistake. He should have direct fired it. Oh, and these are also going to get killed by the, no, they're not. Player doesn't know about battle short. Yeah, these are just gonna slam into the wall. Womp womp. They are gonna get roared. Corkalord. I am never gonna say that correctly, and I hate that they've started naming things like this. Is going to kind of control its territory, but eating that plasma is going to really add up over the long run. ANS still over 100 points down. They have 1 point lead, but OSP's only 100 to the goal line.
I think ANS needs a 4 cap here.
I think so too, because they're double that distance to the goal line. Here's Alyssa. Continuing to suppress the battleship. ANS doesn't have any really good cap options either. They don't have really anything on Delta or Echo. I can push no OSP covering it pretty well. We got a beam down the field. Gamma Fancy getting finished off. It's not dead. Still got a Citadel CIC in the nose. Pretty sick. And a Citadel mag. And a reinforced DC. Alright. That's a beefy nose, but it's not gonna matter. It's got a long haul in the backside with a boosty reactor, and all this can be repaired, technically. And it can fly around again. But that thing's never gonna fight anybody. As long as it will live. My music is too loud and has probably been too loud this entire cast. Great.
We got sound from... oh, those are actually going to hit the magnetic storm. From the Gothita.
Right in the middle of the ship. It's knocking out a lot of important stuff, including guns and point defense. Give him fancy gets downed. Anus doesn't have enough time. Anus does not have enough time to get into Delta. Might be able to get the capture off. Got ships burning to Echo as well. And OSP's roster card up in the top right is kind of dangerous. I'm muted in the fucking Discord.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Hello?
There we go. I have been having all kinds of technical difficulty.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Well, you haven't missed too much. One of Lobster's CLs got rocketed.
Well, I've been here. I just had
Oh, okay.
accidentally muted myself somehow. I'm not sure how that happens. I've been talking. I can be heard in the cast. It's just specifically Discord.
The enemy is securing zone
excellent.
eclipse.
Well, if Amos can stop the B cap, they might have a chance. Otherwise, they've lost.
Yeah, they can't stop this.
The enemy secured zone
They've
boxer.
already lost.
Well, if they'd 5 capped, they might have had a chance, but no longer.
That's the ball game. GG. It was a good game. A lot of back and forth. Okay, here we are in the after action report. Let's browse through all these ships. We got 19,000 OSP1, so we're gonna go through them first. 19,000 was bulk freighters. 14 on the mass driver, it's not bad. A little bit of work on the MMTs as well. Yikes. Yikes.
Oh, maybe we'll get lucky and some people from Team 1 will hop in. Good game.
That was a very good game. Thanks for holy shit, 20,000 damage on one beam destroyer.
I think he's going to be such a menace once
Oh
they
my
get their hands
God.
on the
Those
update.
are going to be so nasty.
21k on the corporate.
Hi, that one wasn't dead. Damn.
Poor Herman.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Super unfortunate.
I wonder if they're going to come up.
Wouldn't surprise me if you just fucking left him with the bed.
Oh, he's still in the voice chat.
Probably just disconnected from the game, sadly.
I'm gonna close this one out. Y'all figure out what your next map is gonna be.
Yep.
And it's
Wait, do we
Alright.
decide that?
Yeah, no,
Yep.
next map is player choice.
out of a
Okay.
pool.
It's the choice of the losing team, so it is the other team's choice.
They're handling that. Xenophon knows she can take her. That's fine. Kelly can take her. They're both great. I don't have a whole lot to say about that game that we didn't cover during the match. It was a little bit of a shit show compared to the last game on Tombstones. That's okay. As I've said before, tournament's open to anyone, all skill levels. Cupcake struggled on caps, Bluebot struggled on caps. They're both making a few questionable decisions. But it made for a very close game. This is a good game. The OSP frontline, all they did was delay, which is really funny to me. They wound up being their job as die slowly. And they did. They managed to keep ANS from capping Echo for long enough to win the game. And for offense, the offensive elements to be able to cap the other parts. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed that, dear viewer. Oh, right. I reopened the Discord. Now people can join off of invite links because the bot problem seems to have gone away. I don't know why we were having that for so long, but dump the old link, got a new one. You'll see an invite to that in the description below. If you want to participate in future tournaments that we hold, go in there. There will be future tournaments. Oh, yes. Even though this has been immensely frustrating because of all the scheduling problems, there will be more. And they should be scheduled a little more easily. I'm going to have a little bit of a harder hand going forward on scheduling. I'll be doing the scheduling instead of letting the players do it. And then, what else? That's it. Yeah, that's it. See ya, fuckers. I can't end like that. That's really funny, but I can't end like that. Good night. I wish you well.